Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the one true God, and Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Alright, so this lesson is going to be about this AI video that I've seen. And personally, I don't know which one is the real person. I don't know if it's the girl or the guy, but you can see that they're dressed similar. The background is similar, and you're gonna hear the voice change, and it's just this AI shit, man. You can't tell what's fake and what's real. It's you can easily be deceived. It's very deceptive. Yeah, man. Yeah, I can't tell. I don't know which one is which one's the real one, which one's not. But that's the point. This AI shit is they're too realistic for me. I can't tell sometimes, man. I can't tell a picture if it's real or not. I seen a picture of, I don't know, some person that was with a celebrity that really wasn't with the celebrity. It was just AI. And they just kind of cropped themselves within the photo, and it looked real. I'm like, damn, you know LeBron? Like, oh no, you don't. You just put yourself in the photo. So it's very deceptive. It can deceive you, So I'm playing the video. See for yourself.
Does it work when I speak as well?
I have not tried that before, so let me try it and see
what it looks like. Does it work when I speak as well?
I have not tried that before.
See that how it's moving? I think it's he, the guy, and he's posing as the girl. Like the voice changed. One screen he's a girl, the other he's not.
Tried that before, so let me try it and
see. It's kind of creepy, man. So, that's just what it is. This technology is crazy. This technology is it can really deceive you, and it's supposed to in these last days, man. Even that Project Bluebeam, how they're gonna be playing in the sky. That's why it's important. People be like, well, why does it matter what God looks like, what Jesus looks like? It's in the Bible. And in Revelation's second chapter, or the first chapter, it talks about the Lord and what He looks like and what He's going to look like when He returns. So that when you do look up to the sky, you don't get deceived. Because they'll put Cesare Borgia up there, and you'll be like, oh, it's Jesus. Well, that's not what He looks like according to Scripture, man. The Scriptures gave you what the Lord looks like. But people don't, want to pay attention to Scripture. All right? They just rather not. All right? They just rather just go with whatever the pastor says. But the Scripture says otherwise. All right? So you saw that video, how you can be easily deceived. This is Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness, of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So it's a spiritual warfare. See, what they're gonna use with AI, man. They're gonna use that to deceive you from what you see. All right, you're going to think you're seeing something, but it's like a mirage. It's like the closer you get to it, you realize how fake it is. All right? It's just fake. They're going to fake you out. They're going to get you to a point where you start to believe the propaganda and the lies that they put out there, because it's going to be right in your face. You're going to be like, no, man, it's real. But the whole time it's fake, man. All right? It's fake as hell. And you're going to be... get caught, in that loop. All right, because it's gonna be like a repeat. It's gonna be like, hey, you saw that, and then he gonna be like, I saw that, and then she gonna be like, I saw that. And if you don't have a spiritual eye to see for yourself, you're not gonna be able to decipher through the nonsense, man. You're gonna be just like the rest of these sheeple, all right, these people being led to the slaughter, man. That's why you have to be led by the Spirit. That's why the Word has to be your front links. All right, you have to keep your eyes single on this Word, and not be deceived, man. Because it's these pages, man. This Word is what's gonna lead you. You don't walk by sight; you walk by faith. How do you walk by faith? It's you got to know the Word and understand it and apply it, and that'll show your faith. All right, and then you got to live it, and then you got to hope. You know what I mean? It's like one thing after another. Second Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the putting down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. So the Lord is breaking down strongholds, all right? But the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they're spiritual. It's all spiritual, all right? And how do we use these weapons, man? Well, we use this word against this wickedness in spiritual high places, man. All right, against this world, all right, because our weapon is this word. Ecclesiastes 9:18. It says, wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. So our weapons of warfare are not carnal, it's spiritual. Because wisdom is better than weapons of war. So we have the wisdom. That's why the scripture says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. And it will be. All right? That's the war we're a part of. Like Yahushua said, this were my kingdom, my men would fight. But guess what? It wasn't time for him to rule. It wasn't that time yet, all right? So, it's a time and place for everything, basically, as the scriptures say. Matthew 6:19. Lay not up for yourself treasures upon earth, where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So your treasure, all right, it's supposed to be this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, all right, and you stand on that, all right. You don't go off the grid. You don't go do your own thing. It's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It's what's going to build you up. All right, so you don't be deceived. All right, by this spiritual wickedness in high places, man. All right, because they going to come with some shit, man. They going to come with some shit out here that we going to be like, damn, what the hell is that? I mean, the Lord said his spirit's created for vengeance, man. Hey, we going to see some wild shit. But we got to be prepared spiritually, man. All right? So with that, all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai.